Imagine a flock of sheep in a field, each wearing a suit of armor made of sharp thorns as if ready for battle, or picture a farmer cutting into his own tree and bending it toward the ground. What would you think? Is he mad? Is he sabotaging his own crop? But what if I told you that this very action yields fruit that is larger and sweeter than ever before? Farmers across the globe have devised techniques that might look like madness, but are actually based on precise calculations. Let's take a look at some of these methods today. Take this viral video of a farmer working on a young papaya tree. He uses a small thorn to tilt the tree at a 30 to 45 degree angle toward the ground and ties it to a stake. It looks as though he is killing the tree. In reality, when a tree grows at an angle rather than standing upright, nutrients are diverted from the trunk and concentrated in the fruit. This results in larger, sweeter papayas and reduces the risk of the tree snapping during a storm. You'll be amazed by another trick involving watermelons. A farmer uses a toothpick to pierce the watermelon's stem. Won't that ruin the fruit? Quite the opposite. The rainy season often arrives just when the watermelons are the size of a bowl. If the roots absorb too much water, the internal pressure spikes, causing the fruit to crack. That tiny hole in the stem slows down the flow of water, reducing internal pressure and preventing the watermelon from splitting. This next scene is truly explosive. Farmers in the US and Canada no longer rely on traps or shovels to deal with rats. They insert a tube into the burrow's entrance, fill it with gas, and pull the trigger. A loud blast kills the rats hiding inside and instantly collapses the burrow. And, of course, there is no need to mention that rats are the sworn enemies of our granaries, and this clever idea might just make you want to try it yourself. The method used here for feeding chickens is quite unique. Instead of tossing fruit onto the ground, the farmer plants a stake and skewers the fruits onto it one by one. The chickens eat the bottom fruit first. Once that is finished, the one above it slides down. This way, not a scrap of food goes to waste. Now look at a farmer placing bottle gourds one by one onto a rotating machine that peels them into long, thin strips. They emerge looking like fine, white vermicelli, or perhaps gourd noodles. In reality, it is a preservation method. Bottle gourds grow so abundantly in July that they cannot all be consumed or sold in time. By slicing and sun-drying them this way, they can be stored for months without spoiling. Another technique used by Chinese farmers is truly astonishing. Before planting rice, they spread a special type of organic paper over the entire field. Then, they punch holes in the paper to plant the seedlings. The paper blocks sunlight, preventing weeds from sprouting while the seedlings are still young. It also stops soil moisture from evaporating. The soil stays moist, and after about a month, the paper decomposes and blends into the earth, turning into organic fertilizer that nourishes the growing seedlings. It is just a simple sheet of paper, yet it serves so many purposes. Now let's solve the mystery of the sheep. Whenever a flock is taken out to graze, packs of wolves lie in wait, and the flock dwindles as attacks occur day after day. To counter this, farmers have fitted the sheep with spiked collars and back guards. Even when wolves pounce, they cannot sink their teeth into the sheep's necks, and the prey escapes. The sheep can now roam freely in the fields instead of being confined to cages. Old tires have also found a new lease on life here. Instead of building sturdy bamboo or iron cages, farmers cut discarded tires in half and mount them on walls. They make perfectly comfortable nesting spots for egg-laying hens. Since they are mounted high up, the space underneath remains open, and the curved shape of the tire ensures that eggs roll safely without breaking. An egg is far cleaner than the floor it might fall onto. When digging the soil with a conventional hoe, one has to repeatedly bend at the waist and the work progresses slowly. To avoid this hassle, farmers have devised a double-bladed hoe. A single stroke lifts 2 strips of soil, doubling the speed of the work. This twin-blade tool is a veritable blessing for weeding vegetable fields laid out in straight rows. At first glance, the way farmers transport bananas might make it seem like they are carelessly dumping bunches into the canal to let them go to waste. In reality, this is the easiest method of transport. Instead of carrying heavy bunches on their shoulders from the orchard, they release water into the canal during harvest and toss the banana bunches into the stream. The current carries the bananas to the landing point, effectively outsourcing the arduous task of manual transport to the water. Meanwhile, in China, vegetables are grown entirely without soil. Plants are set in water and their roots directly absorb nutrients dissolved in the liquid, a method known as hydroponics. Since there is no soil, issues with pests and weeds are virtually non-existent, and the crops remain free from heavy metals or chemical contaminants found in the earth. The absence of chemical pesticides ensures the vegetables stay much cleaner. It is claimed that plants grown this way mature much faster than usual, leading to an earlier harvest. Now consider the most peculiar sight: a farmer trampling over his own peanut plants, rolling heavy objects across them, or even beating them with sticks. Is he destroying the very crops he planted? Far from it. This trampling forces the branches closer to the ground. It accelerates flowering, prevents the tender stems from snapping, and, by keeping the plant low, encourages it to spread out into numerous branches. This results in more flowers and a significantly larger yield of peanuts. What appeared to be mere destruction was actually the key to a bountiful harvest. Indeed, a profound truth lies hidden within each of these actions. What might look like madness or destruction to an outsider is often a brilliant strategy born from years of hard-earned experience. These farmers possess no laboratories, expensive machinery, or academic degrees. They have only their daily struggle with the land and the urgent need to protect their crops. Yet from that very urgency emerge solutions that leave even top engineers nodding in admiration. Perhaps the oldest laboratory in the world is simply a cultivated field. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. See you in the next episode. Thank you.